In this episode, we're going to talk about where I'm spending money to run my business. Listen, I'm a mom to 5 kids, and I have a big team that is driving this business forward. And there are some tools that I am very passionate about investing in because they make my life and business so much easier and more profitable. So in this video, we're going to talk about all of them. I'm going to get into the ones I use, why I use them, and where I use them. And my hope is that you choose a couple of these that can help make your business easier and better, and that you use them to grow. Welcome. My name is Michelle Gifford, and this is the Business Mom School. I'm so glad that you're here. This is going to be one of those episodes that you're going to be able to see where you are and just like take some of the things that I talk about and start implementing them in your business like really quickly, because these are things that have made a huge difference to my business. And I'm really going to go through pretty quickly because I have a lot. There's a lot of tools that I use to grow my business that make my life so much easier. So let's just get into it. First, we're going to start off with my website and blog. What do I use to actually grow this? For my website, I use Showit to design my website. It makes the design of my website so easy. And then it sits on top of WordPress. And WordPress is a game changer if you are blogging, because WordPress is where you're able to get in front of Google faster and also Pinterest. So you're going to be able to do better ads with WordPress. So I go through Bluehost where I buy my domain, and then Showit is where I host my website and design it. And then WordPress connects to all of those, and it's where I blog. When I blog, I use a plugin called Tasty Pins. Tasty Pins is one of the best investments you're going to make for your blog, because you're able to create a lot of pins for one blog post and connect all those pins, but they don't actually show up in your blog post. Well, why would you want to do that? When someone goes to pin, or you go to pin the images from your blog post with Tasty Pins, all those pinnable images are there. They're not actually seen, but they're there connected. And so if someone goes to pin, then you suddenly have a lot more pins that you can pin to Pinterest. And this is cool because it makes sure your content lasts longer and go further. Next up is Canva. Canva is where I am creating all of my graphics. It's where my team creates their graphics. You can get the free version or you can get the pro version. I use the pro version, and it actually is worth the money to me. I do free as long as I can. And then when it's time to go pro, I go pro. And so I love Canva for that. Next is Hotstock. Hotstock is my go-to for stock images. And the reason why I love Hotstock is there are definitely stock images on Canva and other places that you can get for free. But with Hotstock, it's a more professional, and it's also a lot more niche to me. They have professional photographers who are weekly updating with new stock images for content that is very specific that I know that I will like. And so Hotstock is a must for me. And it also makes creating those blog posts so much easier, because I can download a bunch of stock images, upload them to Canva, and then create all those Pinterest images in minutes instead of it taking a long time. Maybe I should do a video on that. Yeah, should I? Well, let me know below if I should do a video on that. Okay, so that is for my blog. And then I use SEMrush. Now, SEMrush is when you're really getting into SEO. I use it because I'm an agency and we do this for a lot of clients. There are other ways that you can look up SEO, but if you want a professional to look over your website to tell you what kind of content you should create, there's a link below that you can hire us and we will do it for you. All right, now let's talk about my podcast. I record with Descript. I will sing Descript's praises till the end of my life, because I used to record podcasts and it would take hours to edit all the all the pauses, all of the mistakes, because you had to go and like chunk out and take out and listen. And now with Descript, the greatest thing is you record, you immediately get a transcript, and from that transcript, you can edit it like a Word document. And so if you cut out like this whole sentence from your podcast in the Word document, the transcript, it actually takes it out of the podcast recording. So you edit it. It's amazing. It also automatically shows you all of the filler words like ums or ahs or whatever, and it will take those out automatically. And so this has like really saved hours and hours and hours of my time. I will tell you to get Descript. And I also use it for my YouTube channel. They are coming up with more and more ways to edit that make it easier and easier. They just came out with one that is amazing. It's called Storyboard. It just like is a game changer for any kind of editing. So I use Descript for audio and video editing, and it makes it so much easier. And then also with podcasting, I use SoundCloud to host my podcast. There's a lot of those out there. That's just what I've used and used for a really long time. All right, YouTube, I use Descript. Like I said, I also use TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is huge. It's a way to do SEO research on YouTube. You can say like, I want to write this blog post about how to propagate plants. And you can type that in and it'll tell you, no, don't don't do this because too many people are doing it or not enough people are searching, or yeah, you should do this because this is great for your channel and not as many people are creating content around it. And so using TubeBuddy helps me when I'm creating content so I don't just create content that no one's searching for. Next up is email. What do I use? I use Kajabi. Now listen, I have been on a whole journey trying to find the right email list builder for me. And I've changed 3 times over the last year. And I'm like, so really, really, really happy that I finally found Kajabi. If you're just starting out, don't get Kajabi, get Flowdesk. That is the cheapest way to go. And it's also the easiest and most beautiful way to go. If you use my link below, it's just $19 a month. And that's huge. And they're expanding as well. I just saw that they're doing a beta test where you can actually sell products through it. If you're just starting out, start out with Flowdesk. It is worth the $19 to make things easier on you. MailChimp is free, but it takes away the automation. You have to pay to get the automation. So I would say Flowdesk 100%. If you have a course and a little bit more of a robust business, then Kajabi is for you. It's what I use. It makes sense for me because I am doing so much and because I have so many courses and I have a membership and all of these things. And so I'm able to do everything in one place with Kajabi. Next up for Pinterest, I use Tailwind. Now, Tailwind is a game changer for Pinterest because they actually like each other, Tailwind and Pinterest. Usually with social media platforms like schedulers for like Instagram and Facebook, they don't really like each other. But Tailwind and Pinterest work hand in hand so that you're able to schedule out your Pinterest images. And why is this a big deal? It's because you could spend literally 2 to 3 hours a month on Pinterest and see huge results if you're using Tailwind because you're able to schedule out the content. The other cool thing about Tailwind is it has smart loops. So if you have a pin that always goes out in November because it's for Christmas or whatever, and you have these images that need to be pinned every November. Well, you can set that up in a smart loop so that next November, it automatically puts that into your calendar. How cool is that? That's amazing. So I highly recommend Tailwind. It is worth it to get the pro version, and I have links to those below as well. All right, I run a marketing agency. I'm managing a lot of clients. I'm also running a lot of people who work for me, right? I have to keep track of all of these things that are going on. And if you have any complexity in your business, then I recommend investing in some management tools. So my favorite one is HoneyBook. And this is for if you are any kind of service-based business, I highly recommend having this kind of client management system. I have a 50% off coupon that's in the link below. These are all linked below. The great thing about HoneyBook is I can send invoices. I have all my contracts, my questionnaires, all of my notes and things are all in one place. It sets up auto pay. It sends up reminder emails if they don't pay, and all of that is on auto. And then it's just really great because let's say I had someone who did a discovery call with me 3 months ago, and I can go back to that person and the notes that I took and the form that they filled out and anything we did, we can go back and look at that. And as a reminder, be like, oh, this is who this person is. This is what we wanted to do. And then we can pick up where we left off. And so I really, really love HoneyBook. It has been a huge game changer for me. If you are a photographer, if you're a coach, if you do any kind of service work, if you're a designer, web designer, anything like that, I highly recommend getting a client management tool, and HoneyBook is awesome. Next up is Monday. Now, this is where I keep track of everything, is where our brain is. With Monday, we have different boards for different clients. This is where I keep track of my content. I put my content calendar on there. So for example, after this video, I am going to publish it to my Descript account and I'm going to get the link and then I'm going to post it in my Monday board, my Monday content board. And I'm able to tag my editors and they can see the due date and then I can link it there so that has everything there. Monday is huge for my business. I do this with me. I do this with all my clients. It's where my team goes for all the information because, we are constantly being bombarded with information, right? If you're working with a client, you have all this stuff you have to keep track of. If you're creating content, you have all this stuff you have to keep track of, and you need one place to host everything and hold everything. Monday has been the tool for us. The next one is Slack. Slack is where I communicate with my clients and with my team. And this is better than texting. You know what? I texted for a long time. This worked when I had a couple team members, but what I found is it was really hard to turn off. The clients or team members could text me at any time. And when you're a mom and when you want to have a life and you want to be able to leave work behind for a couple hours, then you need to remove yourself and take yourself out of that texting loop. And so Slack has been that for us. So we communicate almost solely on Slack. If there's an emergency, someone will text me, and that is where I would rather be. I mean, I can't tell you the anxiety that this has taken away from me because I used to have clients just texting me all the time. And so I always was on high alert, right? Because I was like, oh, there's another fire to put out, another fire. But in truth, there weren't that many fires. We just needed a better way to communicate with our clients and with each other. And Slack has been that amazing place. I use a texting app where I can text my people. I have a text list and I use Community. That is the easiest one to set up. It's really a wonderful way to keep connected with your people. Okay, woo! That was a long list and it might not be exhaustive. Honestly, there might be some more. As I was looking and I was thinking about it, these are the ones that have been really important to my business. So if you want to use any of those, I have a lot of coupon codes for these. So make sure you click my links below. And I can't wait to hear, will you tell me which ones do you want to use? Are you going to start using? Because all of these are tried and true, baby. Like these are ones that I can definitely recommend because I've been using them for years. All right, my friend, thank you for being here and we'll see you next time.